I saw what you put, Alec. All right, hello guys. Welcome back to day 2 of the Boston Major preliminaries. That's what
Prelims.
prelims, yeah,
Such
but that's what
prelims.
gay people say. So, um,
Okay, okay,
as you can
alright,
see
fuck you too
here, I
then.
have around $310, and I started off yesterday with $344. So you may be thinking like, oh my god, this dude lost money, but that is not true. If you go ahead and check my history right here, the two out of the three games that I had wanted to bet big on, or that I did bet big on, did end up coming through, and that was the Sprout versus Space Soldiers game. Um, and I put 75 on Sprout with a 2.5, so that was almost $200. And then I put 50 on Vega. The only one that didn't pull through for me was Envious, and if you can see here, this multi-bet right here had G2, Mousesports, Envious, Phase, Navi, Sprout, and Vega. And everything in that was right except for Envious. If Envious would have won, that would have been $260. But more importantly, right here, my big $50 bet on Sprout, Vega, and Envious. This would have been $600 if Envious would have been able to win. But other than that, I still did go about 300 positive for the day. As you can see here, it was down to the last Cloud9 versus Envious game, and either I could have not bet anything on Cloud9, and then if Envious would have won, I would have been like $900 in the profit, or I could have bet a little something on Cloud9, so no matter what, I had more profit. But if Envious would have won, then I would have still made a lot of money, just made less. So going on Cloud9 here was just a little bit of a safer um, bet, just to like make a little more profit. But as you can see here in my friend's inventory is this butterfly knife vanilla, and then in my inventory I have a bayonet vanilla. So I went about $250 to $260 positive for the first day, since I started off with, let's just estimate around 350. It was like 344 or something like that, but I'm just gonna say 350. I pulled out 300 and I still have 300 here, so about $250 profit in the first day. I'm gonna sell that right now, or later whenever my friend trades me my knife back. And I'm just gonna probably keep around $300 in every single day, and then probably just sell all my profit. So, um, getting on to the next matches for today, we have Flipside versus Liquid, Mousesports, Navi, Space Soldiers, Avangar, Envious Renegades, Flash Quantum, Sprout Cloud9, FaZe Vega, and Misfits G2. So let's start with the first map, or first match, which is going to be Flipside versus Liquid. Now, on Drake Lounge, Liquid has a 1.3 multiplier, and Flipside has a 3.02. Now
God
that's
damn.
probably by the way Flipside got smacked really hard by Misfits, but honestly, I think that Flipside, if they would have just gotten a couple more rounds, I think that they could have easily beat Misfits. I think that both the teams play in a very similar way, with a lot of the in-game leading being a lot of the power in the team, a lot of it being tactical. So I think that because Misfits got off on the T side and they had such a good lead, I think that that's the reason they won the map. If Flipside would have legitimately got like maybe 3 or 4 rounds on CT side, I think that they could have done the exact same thing to Misfits, flashings, perfect, smokes, everything, Molotovs on overpass. I think that it could have been the exact same thing the other way, and if not even stronger, and Flipside could have won. But they just didn't give themselves enough room with the 14-1/2. So I don't necessarily think that Flipside played bad in the last match, but I do think that Liquid played pretty well against FaZe, coming up short.
Even
Um,
with the coach.
Even with the coach, Zeus held them back. I think he had like 10 kills. He was the bottom frag by far. Um,
Twist is fucking
but
insane.
Twist and Eleague and JDM, Twist, Eleague, Nitro played really well. So coming into this match, I'd say that Liquid are decent favorites, but I think that a 3 multiplier is pretty high. Um, for Flipside. I think that this could go either way. This was the game from last majors qualifier, and
Yeah, they're
Flipside did
both
end up.
1-1 against each other.
Yeah, they're both one
Games.
and one. Flipside ended up
Yeah.
winning the last game, but that was without Zeus. That was stuff like
C's,
that.
without C's.
Yeah, without Seized, without Zeus. So
When they had electronic.
it's pretty close. I'd say that this is maybe like a 65-35 in the favor of Liquid. That being said, I might throw Flipside in a couple multi-bets, maybe a couple of riskier multi-bets, because I think that a 3 is actually a pretty high multiplier. I think it should be more of like a 2.5 or like a 2.2 or something like that. So yeah, what do you guys think about the first game?
Probably Liquid, I would say, but Flip can easily upset.
Yeah, for sure,
Like,
especially on a map
if
like Mirage or
Yeah,
Overpass. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Both their games have been close on
Yeah.
Overpass. First was on Overpass when Liquid won
said Uno Momento.
16-14.
Okay,
And I
well,
think it was 25-23.
Alex
Flip side.
muted, so
Oh.
he said uno momento, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll just talk about it until he comes back. But yeah, I legitimately think that Flipside is a really good chance here.
Mhm.
I think that Liquid on paper is the better team, played like a better team today, but I know that Flipside is a really good team if they can get it going. And with Seized, I think that they honestly became a little bit better, even though Electronic is a better player than Seized. I think that the trade really worked out well for both teams. And speaking of Electronic, the next match is Navi versus Mouse. And I think this is going to be a good match to watch, but by the percentages, there's not much to bet on here. You have a 1.73 for Navi and a 1.92 for Mouse.
Gee, that's pretty even.
And I'd say that this is pretty much an even game, so
Yeah.
I don't really think that there's any reason to bet on this match. I might throw it in a couple multi-bets or something like that, just to try to get my multipliers up, but I don't think that a medium or low bet should... I mean, I guess you could place a low bet on either team. It's kind of like a 50-50, whoever you want to win, but I don't think that a medium or high bet should be placed on either of these teams. I think that this is a pretty 50-50 match, and I think this is going to be a good match to watch, and it's been good matches to watch between these two teams in the past. So,
I was looking at the 16-0.
Yeah, well, that was different.
That was when Navi was garbage.
Yeah, I think that with this Navi roster...
With both their new rosters, Navi 2-0 them at 3 hack wins.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that this will be a good match, probably on like an Inferno or like Mirage. So yeah, I think that that's gonna be a good match to watch.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm probably not gonna bet anything, if maybe a multi-bet. And when I use the multi-bet, I'll probably put Navi in it over Mouse Sports, just because I favor them a little bit, and the percentage isn't enough for me to go on Mouse Sports with the multi-bet. So, yeah. The third game of the day is going to be Space Soldiers versus Avengar. Space Soldiers has a 1.4 and Avengar has a 2.59. So, honestly, Avengar, they didn't do too bad as a team. I mean, they played against Mouse Sports here on Mirage. And Buster and Quickert,
just Buster move.
Buster and Quickert,
I think it's Hikert or some shit.
Kickert or something like that.
Really
those two players are really good individually, and I think that since Space Soldiers is like a team that is like that, mainly mechanics and stuff like that, I think that this is going to be more of like a brawling type map and stuff like that, and that's why I think
like the aim fights.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's why a 1.4 on Space Soldiers is pretty heavy in my opinion. I think that Avengar with a 2.59, even though I haven't seen much from this team yet, I would definitely bet on those odds. That probably also has to do with the fact that I don't like Space Soldiers very much. I think they're pretty overrated. But I think that with a 2.59, I can definitely see myself putting a small bet on Avengar, or even throwing them in a couple multi-bets, so I'll probably do that for sure. Yeah, how do you feel? I know you like Space Soldiers a little bit, Tyler. How do you...
Yeah, I still think they could win this. Probably, because...
You mean like Get Out, or like...
No, not Get Out. Probably not Get Out. After seeing yesterday. Or today.
Yeah.
But no, you're right.
Maybe 2-3. I think they could get up to 2.
You think they're going to probably be a 2-3 type of team to leave?
Space Soldiers against Avengar?
Yeah, Space Soldiers are 2-1 to them. Yeah, they 2-1 them at
Uh-huh.
just the main qualifier.
So yeah, you see, Vanguard has taken a map off them. It's a best of one. Anything can happen. And with a 2.59, that's a pretty decent multiplier to put a small bet on. So that's probably what I'll do. Renegades versus Envious here. This is probably going to be one of the matches that I abuse in the multi-bets, like I did with Sprout and like I did with Vega the other day.
So 50-50 on HLTV.
Renegades
basically.
has a 1.98 and Envious has a 1.68. So I'll probably be putting almost all my multi-bets with Renegades, like I did with Vega Squadron and Sprout, and that's how a lot of the multi-bets get higher multipliers, and then also they're a lot, not safer, but like they have a lot of potential to make a high multi-bet just by choosing a lot of teams that have like 2 multipliers and stuff like that. Like the Envious one, if they would have won, I would have won 600. That was literally just 3 teams with like a 2.5 multiplier, and if that's a 12 multiplier when you add them all together. So I think that these types of games are the games that are the best for multipliers, for, I guess, what is it called? Multi-bets. So I think that, in my opinion, I think Renegades is a little bit of a more composed team, especially from what we saw from Envious today. A lot of the rounds they won was literally just from Scream, like, headshotting someone, like, in all honesty. It's one of the only games that I got to watch a good portion of during like my breaks at work and stuff like that, and I think that Renegades is a little more polished of a team. I think that they came up pretty short today against Vega Squadron. Vega Squadron came out a lot harder than a lot of people expected, but I did bring that up in my last video. I said I think that Vega Squadron is going to come out a lot harder than people expect. I think that they're like, like last major. I feel like last major was what a Vanguard and Quantum Bell are doing right now. They're like, oh my god, like we made it to a major,
Yeah.
And they're just like happy to be there. And I think that since Vega Squadron is back, like they put a lot more into it. And I think that they're actually going to be a team that could make it out, be one of the surprises in the top 8, or like make it out. But I'll get into that later. So I think Renegades is a favorite in my opinion. So I'm probably going to be putting some decent bets on them with the 2 multiplier. What do you guys think about that?
Alec, you want to talk? You like the Frenchies.
Yeah,
you like
true.
You like your Frenchies. G2.
Way better than the Aussies.
Way better than Aussies.
So you're favoring...
I think Envious.
It depends on the map.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Renegades, I mean, all the games are close.
I'd say like a 55-45 or 60-40 for Renegades, honestly.
Envious head-to-head is 2-1.
Yeah.
But they're all close games.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use Renegades a couple times in a multi-bet.
Yeah.
But it's still really... I think that should be a decent game. Next we have Quantum Bell versus Flash, 2 of the teams that people don't
skip this one.
People that don't know a lot about. It's legitimately a 50-50 on Drake Lounge right now.
Really?
1.82 to 1.82 multipliers.
HLTV, it's like 60-40
for Flash.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Flash showed a little more than Quantum Bell. Quantum Bell kind of just got off on the right foot against Na'Vi. They just like I think they just like one pistol, right? And then they just like had a couple of the rounds afterwards. So like they looked dominant, but the second Na'Vi got their feet, they kind of ran over them. And G2 had a harder time closing out against Flash, so I think that showed a little more structure in Flash, being like the couple of it's like the second or third like Asian team or something like that. And so I think they're all right. If I had to choose a winner, I would probably give it to Flash.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not bet on this match unless you're using it for like a really risky multi-bet, which I'll probably do, obviously, because I love risking stuff. But yeah, I'm probably going to give this one a Flash. Next we have Cloud9 versus Sprout. This one kind of surprises me. Cloud9 has a 1.29. Sprout has a 3.10.
Holy shit.
So what is your first impressions on that, Alec? That's a little too high for Sprout, am I right?
What was it?
Sprout has a 3.1 against Cloud9.
Really?
Yes. That's exactly the reaction I wanted, Alec.
Why?
Thank you.
On
Like,
HSV, it's 75-25.
Cloud9 looked alright. They looked like a decent team. But it was against... What is so funny, Alec?
You good, Alec?
It was against an envious team that like didn't perform very well, honestly, and stuff like that. So I think that people are overestimating. All the Cloud9 fan gays are coming out from shelter. They're like, we've been away for so long. We're
Been away
back
from
into
the
another
major.
major. Please, Cloud9 fans, or please, Cloud9, don't take my skins. You know, like that's what all the Cloud9 fan gays are doing right now. And I think that Sprout is honestly a really good team. And I think that this is a 50-50 in my opinion, and with a multiplier like 3.10, I feel like this is gonna be one of the games that I drop like $50 to $75 on. So yeah, that's my first impression on that. The next two games are gonna be like some of the coolest games to watch, I think, but I don't think there's much to be had. You have Vega Squadron versus FaZe. FaZe with a 1.14. And Vega with a 4.5 multiplier. So I'll probably just drop like a couple bucks on Vega, but I don't really see much upset potential here. I think that FaZe are a really well-polished team now compared to... Well, I think they were a really well-polished team when they had Alu and Kiyoshima. I just think that something happened. I just think that
I think that's because their performance at the major.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why they got kicked. But I just don't know what really happened at that major for them, but I think that they're well more polished now. They'll probably make it through this 3-0, and then they'll probably be one of the top contenders for making it out of top 8 at the major as well.
What is Vega's multiplier?
4.5.
Rain was looking good today too.
If I had money, I would max on Vega.
Yeah, we know.
When Rain does good, everybody.
Well, Alec's gonna take that back right now because the last match of the day is Misfits versus G2. G2 has a 1.31 and Misfits with a 2.97. So,
jeez, why so high?
Honestly, the way G2 played today was pretty questionable. And I think that the way I know that, Alec, and I think that the way Misfits played today was textbook Counter-Strike. But I feel like at this level, the skill gap between the two teams, textbook Counter-Strike gets beat by Kenny S. Like, I'm pretty sure that you could do what you want. You can throw your smokes and flashes, but when you're not Cloud9 from 2015 and you don't have Shroud, Nothing, Skadoodle, and Freakazoid and stuff like that behind you, Sean Gares, I think that you're going to struggle a lot more than you think. You have Sick, and that's about it. You have two okay players in Amanek and Davidovec, and then you have probably one of the most... I was going to say worst, but I felt like that was rude. But one of the most debated players in North America, I guess, is the word. Shazam. He's so weird. Like, he's not... Like, I've never seen him perform that good. And then I remember there was like 1 month on Echo Fox where he was just fucking running around and one-tapping everyone. And then I've never seen that again. So like,
legit the best opper in North America.
And Alec rides Shazam's cock, but we all know that he's joking. He's not serious. That he legitimately thinks Shazam is the best opper in North America.
No, I think Alec is.
He is not legitimately serious. Please just take, please understand. Please excuse my friend. But yeah, so that's about it.
He's kind of like wrong in the head.
Yeah, that's about it for the second day. There's honestly some okay matches. I wouldn't say it's as good as the first day was. I think the Sprout one's probably going to be the big one of the day, hopefully. But yeah, I'm probably just going to go for some high risk, high reward multi-bets today. Probably only spend about $100, just like $5 on like 30, 40 multipliers or something crazy like that, just to see if I get lucky and stuff like that, because I don't think there's too many matches like the Vega Squadron and the Sprout game. that are like I see a lot of potential in that I should drop a chunk of money on just on that game itself. So yeah, thank you guys for being here, and hopefully I'm back tomorrow with some more good news. You guys got anything to say?
Yeah, that Shazam is actually the best opera in North America.
Tyler, you have anything real to say
you need to
before
go to a mental hospital.
before we end the video?
Can we be real for a second?
You legit need to go to a mental hospital
Who's
if you
better
actually
than
think
him?
that.
Skadoodle, JDM,
No.
Fallen.
Yes.
Fallen doesn't count. He's I can't say
Fucking-
that word.
So you're
Fucking favela?
You can't say favela.
Alright.
So you were
Mon-
admitting
monkey?
that Fallen is a better opera than Shazam.
Well, yeah, I said best opera in North America, not South America. Jesus.
Kusta.
I know you didn't just say that.
I did say that. Kusta is one of my favorite players of all time.
It's gonna piss Alec off.
Kusta. Well, that's it for this
I think
video.
Alec hates you now.
That's it for this video. I hope you guys do enjoy. Good luck. Have fun on your bets. But unless they're...
You should probably... I don't know if you want to save it later, but you should probably talk about 100 Thieves, maybe?
Oh, yeah. What
What
happened with the
happened?
100 Thieves? I'll probably just save that till the end. Or till, like,
the
the
group
normal
stage.
thing. But basically, they didn't...
They're not going
because
to be able
of
to put it the major.
Trump built too big of a wall, so they couldn't get through it. See, the thing is with
No favelas
with
allowed.
SK, they've been here for a while, so Trump respects their hard work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they were like, these dirty favelas just want to party in Boston.
All night.
Yeah, so basically 100 Thieves isn't going to be here, and that's really upsetting. I think that I really enjoy the team. I love
I actually wanted
KNG.
to watch them
I
play
love
too.
KNG, I love Henny and Lucas, and I love FNX. I don't know who the fuck Bruno Lima is, but... Yeah, but I do really like all the players on this team. I think that they all have such a good personality, and that's actually pretty upsetting to see that happen. But yeah, so that's it for day 2. Hopefully everything goes well. Good luck, have fun. Like I said, unless they're against me, then I hope you fucking lose all your skins, you stupid fucking idiots. Later.
Okay.